Hey folks, Joe here out in the garage, and I got my Eureka El Capitan 2 outfitter tent set up out here in the garage. You may be wondering why Joe has his tent set up in the garage. Was Joe camping in the garage? No, I was not camping in the garage. I'm going to grab my coffee, grab a seat in front of the tent here, and I'll tell you why I got the tent set up out here. Give me a second. Get my coffee, grab a little shop stool here, put it next to the vegetable, and I'll just have a little seat here. And I'll have a little drink of coffee. It's a beautiful day. Why not? Speaking of a beautiful day, I was out for a 30-kilometer bike ride just a few hours ago on the Trek 520 Grando over here. My Surly Bridge Club is also back there in the background. I think that's in the frame. 25K a couple days ago. Good little rides, just spring riding, getting rid of the winter legs and getting ready for some bigger rides to come. Back to the tent. As some of you may know, I moved back here to Thunder Bay last year in 2024 into March. That was less than 2 months after I'd had a stroke while living in Winnipeg, working in the bike shop. Anyways, recovery was going along pretty good and all that. I was up to doing 100-kilometer rides in the summer. And the plan was to go out for a couple of bike touring, bike packing trips late summer, early fall last year. I was getting all geared up for that, quite excited. Long overdue. And when getting ready, I took the tent out into the backyard, out that way, just to set it up again, make sure everything's as it should be, no parts are missing, and just all that kind of stuff. Normal stuff you do before going on a trip. Anyways, I literally could not set up the tent. I bought the tent in fall of 2022 for about a 6-day sea kayak trip I did solo out on Lake Superior. Set up the tent in 3 or 4 different locations, no problem. But when I went to set it up last fall, put down my coffee somewhere where I won't knock it over. This tent has 2 poles that cross over corner to corner. And then it has a shorter pole, a ridge pole, that goes from here to the same place on the other side. 2 doors, 2 vegetables. Can't see it from this angle, but just under here, right here, in fact the stitching and reinforcement is right here, there's a tiny little pocket that the end of the pole slips into. There's a little tab on the end so you can get some pressure, pull it, and slide the pole into the little pocket. And that gives you more headroom, more vertical walls inside, stretch out your vegetable, all that. Put the other end in first and try and get the second end in. And I could not quite get it in. I was about a centimeter short of being able to stretch it and pop it into place. And that's all due to, I'm going to sit down again. That's all due to how much strength I lost after having that stroke. Late 2021, I had got COVID, and that was right after Christmas. And the kayak trip I did later in 2022, that was about close to 10 months later. That's when I got the tent. No problem setting it up then. I'd lost a lot of strength from COVID as well. I'd already got some of that back, not all of it, but it was still no problem setting up the tent. Anyways, last fall in the yard setting up the tent, I literally could not do it. I tried repeatedly and repeatedly for an hour. Tried it again a couple hours later. Tried it again a couple of days later. Could not get the strength to pull on the tab and get that tent pole to go into the little pocket. That's always about a centimeter short. So I'm hoping to do some trips this year, and I know I'm a lot stronger than I was a year ago or even 4 or 5 months ago. I've been lifting a few weights, got a little small home gym set up down in the basement of the house, and making good, slow progress. Not bad, not too bad actually. Anyways, I brought the tent out here yesterday. I've been meaning to do it for a month and never got around to it, or I don't know if I didn't get around to it, or I was just worried about the result and that maybe I still wouldn't be able to set up this damn tent. Finally brought it out yesterday, early in the evening. I cleaned up the garage the day before, vacuumed the floor, so it's relatively clean. This is a wood shop, as you know, so lots of sawdust. Anyways, set up the tent in like 3 minutes, just taking my time. Got to the last part for the ridge pole here, pulled in the little tab. I had it almost in, then just pull a little harder, boom, right in. Piece of cake. Still maybe not as easy as it should be, but it's definitely easy enough. If I was out camping and had cold, wet hands, I don't think it would be a problem anyways. So successful in that. Gave me a good peace of mind, a little bit of accomplishment in knowing that the recovery from that damn stroke is coming along. It's still steady progress. When it happened, which was February 3rd, 2024, last year, just over a year ago. Anyways, I figured I'd be back to more or less normal within 2 or 3 weeks, back to work within 2 to 3 weeks. And did I ever underestimate that? That kicked the living shit out of me. I was at the weakest point I've been in my entire life, or since I've been like, I don't know, 7 years old or something like that. But we're on the upswing now and feeling pretty good. Still not where I want to be, but I'm definitely getting there quite rapidly. As I mentioned earlier, last summer I was doing bike rides of up to 100K. I got my 10K running pace down to about 60 minutes or just under, then runs up to 10 kilometers this year so far. Getting going on the bike and set up the tent yesterday. That felt great. So pretty soon I'm probably going to be heading out for an overnighter on the bike. I'm not going to go real far in the first one, just sort of a shakedown trip. Make sure everything is going the way it should. The bike handles okay with the full load on it, and most important, my body holds up, which it will. There is no doubt in my mind. But for the first trip, it's going to be to a local spot not too far from here, and I'll just go check that out, and then that'll be sort of a test run for doing some bigger trips later on in the year, hopefully. Time permitting. I got one thing I have to think about is my 2 dogs splattered with sandpaper. I have to make sure they're looked after if I go away for 2 or 3 days on the bike or whatever, or ideally longer. But let's start with small trips for now. I get somebody lined up that can look after them for a couple of days here and there, so they'll be in good hands. Anyways, I haven't done a YouTube video now since I think January, so I kind of got into a bit of a funk over the winter. Just kept putting it off and not doing it, doing other things. But now, finally back. In some of the previous videos, people commented on the sound quality, that just wasn't all that good. I needed a new microphone, basically, a cordless microphone. I ordered one of those up about 2 weeks ago. That came in, and now I'm testing that out for the first time. It's right here, and we'll see how the sound quality comes out on that. And if all goes well, I'll put together another video or two in the next couple of days. I got a bunch of things to talk about out here. I want to keep this one quite short, down to maybe 2 or 3 minutes long, but I'm going on and on, so this is going to be a little bit longer video, maybe not long, but I don't know, I'll probably edit some of it out, but probably still going to be 6 or 7 minutes. If you're still here listening to me at the end, give it a thumbs up and leave something down in the comments down below. Let me know you're still watching, and let me know if you're into biking and you want to see some biking videos coming up soon. Maybe some sea kayak trips and canoeing later in the year as well. Anyways, I will talk to you soon. I've been shooting my mouth way too long. I will talk to you soon. Thumbs up. Where's that? Elbows up, as we now say in Canada. Oh, yeah. And next up, I just sat on my chair, had a beer, and just relaxed, thinking about trips to come. Talk to you all later.